When someone is quietly in love with you, but chooses to hide it, their actions often speak volumes in subtle and understated ways. One of the clear signs is their deep attention to the smallest details about you. They notice things others might overlook, things even you may not realize you're revealing about yourself. This awareness stems from an intrinsic interest in who you are as a person. It's not about observation for its own sake, but rather about genuinely wanting to understand you on a deeper level. Think about the time someone has remembered your coffee order without you mentioning it twice, or brought up a random comment you made weeks ago about your favorite childhood memory. These small acts might seem inconsequential, but they reveal a deeper layer of care and affection. For someone quietly in love with you, these details matter immensely. They form the puzzle pieces of who you are, and this person is intent on putting the puzzle together, even if they're doing so in silence. This attention to detail isn't just about remembering facts or preferences. It's about being present in the moments you share, fully engaged in the conversations and interactions. When you talk about your day or share a story, they don't just hear you, they truly listen. They pick up on your tone, your expressions, and even the pauses between your words. If you mention something you're struggling with, they might subtly follow up later, offering support or asking how things turned out. It's their way of showing they care without making a grand gesture or declaration. Imagine a scenario where you're excitedly talking about a hobby or interest, and this person brings it up later, surprising you with their memory. Maybe they recommend a book related to your passion, share an article that reminded them of you, or suggest an activity they think you'd enjoy. These actions might seem minor on the surface, but they're rooted in a quiet desire to make you happy and show you that your interests and feelings are important to them. This kind of attention extends beyond the obvious and into the realm of emotional nuances. A person who is secretly in love with you will often pick up on shifts in your mood or energy, even when you try to mask them. They might notice when you're not yourself, even if you haven't said anything. Their concern often manifests in gentle, unobtrusive ways, asking if you're okay, offering a small gesture to cheer you up, or simply being there to provide silent support. These actions reveal their deep emotional connection to you, even if they're not ready to voice it out loud. Sometimes their attention to detail can be so profound that it feels almost intuitive. You might find yourself surprised by how well they seem to understand you, anticipating your needs or preferences without you having to explain. This intuitive understanding is a hallmark of someone who has spent significant time observing and caring about you, even if they've done so from a distance. They've built a mental map of who you are, and they navigate it with genuine affection and respect. Another layer to this is how they notice things about you that others don't. It might be the way your eyes light up when you're talking about something you love, the little quirks in your laughter, or the subtle way you express yourself when you're nervous. These are the kinds of details that often go unnoticed by the casual observer but stand out to someone who holds you in high regard. When they comment on these small, intimate aspects of your personality, it can be both surprising and heartwarming. It's their way of showing that they see you not just the version of you that you present to the world, but the intricate, multifaceted individual beneath. This kind of attention isn't something that can be easily faked. It requires genuine interest and a level of emotional investment that goes beyond surface-level interactions. For someone hiding their feelings, this might be their only way of expressing their affection. They might not feel ready to say the words aloud, but their actions and attentiveness reveal their true emotions. It's worth noting that this behavior is often accompanied by a sense of humility. They don't point out their attentiveness or seek validation for it. Instead, they quietly store away the details they've learned, using them to create meaningful interactions or provide support when you need it most. Their focus isn't on being recognized for their efforts, but on making you feel valued and understood. In today's fast-paced world where distractions abound, this level of attentiveness is rare and deeply meaningful. It's a reminder that love doesn't always need to be loud or performative to be genuine. Sometimes the most profound expressions of affection are found in the quiet, consistent actions of someone who truly sees you. When someone remembers the small things about you, it's not just an act of kindness, it's a reflection of their feelings. They're telling you, in their own understated way, that you matter to them. Recognizing and appreciating these signs can help you understand the depth of their emotions, even if they're not ready to share them openly. In these moments, their love becomes less of a secret and more of a quiet, steadfast presence in your life. When someone harbors feelings for you, but isn't ready to reveal them, they often make an effort to create meaningful moments of connection. These aren't grand or overly dramatic gestures, but rather small, deliberate actions that demonstrate their desire to be close to you. They may not voice their emotions directly, but their intention to connect becomes evident in the way they prioritize your time together and focus on fostering a sense of mutual understanding and trust. One way this manifests is in their eagerness to spend quality time with you, no matter the setting or activity. They may seize opportunities to be near you, from casual group gatherings to one-on-one interactions. Their goal isn't necessarily to dominate your attention, but to share space with you in a way that feels natural and comfortable. They are likely to go out of their way to show up when they know you'll be there, subtly ensuring they're present in your life. Their actions communicate a longing for connection without crossing boundaries or making you feel pressured. During these interactions, you might notice how attentive and engaged they are. They genuinely value the time spent with you and actively seek ways to make it enjoyable and meaningful. This can include initiating conversations on topics they know you're passionate about, or encouraging you to share more about your life, interests, and dreams. They listen intently, not just to respond, but to understand you better. This kind of presence and focus reveals their interest in you on a deeper level, even if they don't explicitly state their feelings. These moments of connection often extend beyond the physical. They might find ways to stay in touch with you even when you're not together, such as sending thoughtful messages, sharing something that reminded them of you, or checking in to see how you're doing. These gestures might seem small or routine on the surface, but they are rooted in a desire to maintain the connection they feel with you. Even when they don't have an excuse to reach out, they'll create opportunities to keep the lines of communication open, ensuring they remain a part of your life. You may also notice how they remember the little things about you that others might overlook. For instance, they might recall something you said in passing weeks ago, or surprise you with a recommendation tailored to your preferences. This level of thoughtfulness goes beyond casual acquaintance and demonstrates that they are actively paying attention to the details of your life. Their intention isn't just to impress you, but to create a sense of intimacy and shared experience. Sometimes the way they prioritize your comfort and happiness also speaks volumes about their hidden emotions. They might subtly adapt their behavior to accommodate your needs or preferences, whether it's choosing a place you'd enjoy for a meetup or adjusting their plans to align with yours. These gestures are their way of showing they care without overtly expressing their feelings, as they fear that doing so might alter the dynamic between you. Another indicator of their intention to connect is the effort they put into making you feel supported. Whether you're facing a challenge or celebrating an achievement, they'll find ways to show they're there for you. It could be as simple as offering words of encouragement, being a reliable sounding board for your concerns, or celebrating your successes with genuine enthusiasm. Their support often comes without expectation or strings attached. They're driven by a desire to see you happy and fulfilled. In moments when life feels overwhelming, this person's presence often becomes a quiet source of strength. They know how to be there for you without intruding, providing a sense of calm and stability. This ability to offer emotional support without needing to be the center of attention demonstrates their respect for your independence while still signaling their care. So what's particularly touching about these efforts is their authenticity. They don't act out of obligation or to seek recognition, but from a genuine place of affection and admiration. This sincerity often creates a sense of safety and trust in your interactions, allowing the connection between you to deepen naturally over time. At times, their actions might seem like a puzzle, bits and pieces of affection and thoughtfulness that, when put together, reveal the bigger picture of their feelings. While they might not explicitly say what they're feeling, the care they put into fostering these moments of connection speaks for them. Their quiet efforts to bridge the gap between you are often their way of expressing their emotions in a way that feels safe and meaningful. Understanding and recognizing these subtle signs can help you appreciate the depth of their feelings and the lengths they go to nurture a connection with you. It's not always about dramatic declarations or grand romantic gestures. Sometimes the true success of love are found in the quiet, consistent efforts to make you feel valued and cherished. And in those moments, you'll realize that their silence isn't an absence of feeling, but a testament to the depth of their care for you. When a person is quietly in love but hesitant to reveal their feelings, one of the most telling signs is the protective instinct they exhibit. This goes beyond mere concern or care and manifests as a deep-seated desire to ensure your safety, happiness, and well-being. This kind of protection isn't always overt or grandiose. Often, it's in the subtle gestures, quiet reassurances, and consistent presence that show just how much they value you. For instance, you may notice how they are always looking out for you, whether physically, emotionally, or even socially. They might walk on the side of the street closer to traffic, offer their jacket when it's cold, or ensure you get home safely after a late night. These gestures might seem small or routine, but they speak volumes about their instinct to shield you from harm. They prioritize your comfort and safety without expecting anything in return, reflecting the depth of their unspoken feelings. This protective nature often extends into emotional support as well. When you're going through a tough time, they might be the first to notice something is off and offer a listening ear or shoulder to lean on. They won't push you to share, but will make it clear they're there if you need them. Their ability to provide a calm, steady presence during challenging moments shows how much they care about your emotional well-being. They don't just want to be there for the good times, they want to be a source of strength when you need it most. Interestingly, their protectiveness might also reveal itself in the way they handle conflicts or challenges involving you. If someone speaks poorly of you or treats you unfairly, they may be quick to defend your name or reputation. This isn't about being aggressive or confrontational, but about standing up for you in a way that reflects their respect and admiration. They care deeply about how others perceive and treat you, and their actions show they're willing to step in if they feel you're being wronged. Their protective instinct also often includes an unspoken awareness of your needs and boundaries. They may notice when you're tired, stressed, or overwhelmed and adjust their behavior to ease your burden. Whether it's taking on a task you're struggling with, giving you space when you need it, or offering simple gestures of kindness, their actions demonstrate a keen understanding of what makes you feel supported and cared for. In addition to these practical displays of protectiveness, they may also show an interest in helping you grow and succeed. They genuinely want to see you thrive and will go out of their way to encourage your aspirations. This could mean offering advice, connecting you with opportunities, or simply cheering you on from the sidelines. Their support isn't about controlling or influencing your decisions, but about empowering you to reach your full potential. They protect not just your present self, but also the future you envision for yourself. At times, their protective nature might even conflict with their desire to remain unnoticed in their feelings. They might struggle to balance their instinct to look out for you with the fear of revealing too much. For example, they might downplay their efforts or act as though their support is just part of being a good friend. But their consistent actions, even when understated, show a depth of care that goes beyond casual affection. You may also find that they're particularly attuned to your emotional state, even when you try to hide it. They can sense when something is bothering you and will often check in to see if you're okay. Their protectiveness here is more about creating a safe emotional space for you to process your feelings rather than trying to fix everything for you. They respect your autonomy and understand that sometimes just knowing someone is there for you can make all the difference. This protectiveness isn't about control or dominance. It's rooted in a genuine desire to see you happy and fulfilled. It's not about placing themselves in the spotlight or seeking recognition for their efforts, but about ensuring you feel valued and cared for in ways that matter most to you. Their actions come from a place of selflessness and admiration, even if they never explicitly state their intentions. What makes this kind of protectiveness so meaningful is its quiet consistency. It's not something they turn on and off based on convenience or circumstance. It's a constant thread in the way they interact with you. This reliability builds trust and creates a foundation for a deeper connection, even if their feelings remain unspoken. You begin to see that their protectiveness isn't just about keeping you safe, it's about showing in their unique way how much you mean to them. Over time, these protective gestures may become more apparent as you reflect on their actions. You realize that their care isn't about grand declarations or dramatic displays, but about the steady, unwavering support they offer in every situation. It's in the way they make you feel safe, valued, and cherished, even without saying the words out loud. In these quiet moments of protection, their love for you becomes undeniable. When a man is quietly in love with you, one of the most significant signs is his deep respect for your individuality and autonomy. While many people might feel the need to impose their ideas or desires onto those they care about, someone who is quietly in love with you takes a more nuanced and respectful approach. This deep respect manifests in several ways that often go unnoticed on the surface but carry great weight when reflected upon. He doesn't try to change you or push you into becoming someone you're not. Instead, he admires the person you are and supports your growth. He sees you for your strengths, your quirks, your flaws, and your potential, and he respects all of these aspects of you without judgment. This means he doesn't attempt to control your actions, influence your decisions, or tell you how to live your life. Rather, he encourages you to be the best version of yourself, regardless of whether it aligns with his own desires or expectations. This form of love doesn't feel limiting, it feels freeing as it allows you to grow while knowing you have a supportive, non-judgmental partner in the background. This respect is also shown in how he listens to you. He values your opinions, your thoughts, and your emotions without belittling them or dismissing them. He gives you space to express yourself, and when you do, he truly hears you. Whether it's a minor frustration about your day or a deeper, more significant life challenge, he gives you the space to speak your mind without trying to interrupt or offer unsolicited advice. He understands that sometimes you simply need someone to listen, and he offers that listening ear without any expectation of receiving anything in return. There is also a certain level of emotional intelligence that quietly in love men possess. They understand that everyone has their own pace in relationships, and they respect that. This means that they don't rush you into feelings or actions you're not ready for, nor do they push you to take steps you're uncomfortable with. Their patience is a testament to how much they value and respect your boundaries. They are fully aware that love isn't about forcing someone to feel something, but about allowing them to come to their own conclusions in their own time. This respect for timing and space is a form of deep care that can sometimes be mistaken for indifference, but it is quite the opposite. It is a sign of someone who is willing to wait for you rather than rush you, showing the depth of their feelings through their actions rather than their words. One of the most significant ways this respect plays out is through how he supports your independence. He doesn't view your independence as a threat to the relationship, rather he admires it. A man who is quietly in love with you will encourage you to pursue your passions, goals, and dreams, even if they don't directly involve him. He wants you to feel fulfilled on your own, as he knows that a happy, self-sufficient person makes for a better partner. Whether it's through your career ambitions, your hobbies, or your personal development, he will be your cheerleader, showing that he supports you in all aspects of your life, not just the ones that revolve around the relationship. In a relationship, respect also means being honest and transparent without overstepping or being hurtful. If he disagrees with something or is troubled by a situation, he will express his thoughts calmly and respectfully, never using harsh words or manipulative tactics. He values your feelings and wants to have open communication, but he doesn't want to push you to an uncomfortable space with his own vulnerabilities or frustrations. He chooses his words carefully and with empathy, understanding that a relationship should be built on trust and mutual respect. This ability to have mature and respectful conversations about difficult topics is a sign of deep love and understanding. Moreover, he respects your need for space. While some people may feel uncomfortable with distance or space in a relationship, someone who is quietly in love understands the importance of both partners maintaining their sense of individuality. If you need time to yourself or prefer moments of solitude, he doesn't take it personally or feel rejected. Instead, he understands that this time is necessary for you to recharge and maintain your personal balance. He never sees it as a reflection of his worth or of the relationship. Rather, he respects your need for self-care and space, knowing that both partners in a relationship must nurture their own well-being to thrive together. Perhaps one of the most profound aspects of respect is that he never compromises your values. He never pressures you to act against your moral code or personal beliefs to please him. If anything, he celebrates the things that make you unique, whether it's your values, your quirks, or your principles. He sees these traits as part of what makes you who you are and never seeks to alter them. When someone is quietly in love, they want to see you flourish in your full potential. And that means respecting who you are at your core. He will celebrate your strength, your authenticity, and your ability to stay true to yourself. His actions speak louder than his words, and often the quiet respect he shows you can be seen in the way he lives his life. He is a man who is content with you as you are, who cherishes the time spent with you, and who constantly seeks to uplift and support you without any expectation of anything in return. He isn't looking for constant validation because his love is not contingent on approval. Instead, he genuinely respects and values you for the person you are. And this is the most profound expression of love he can offer. In the end, when a man quietly loves you, it's not always about grand gestures or overt declarations. It's about the consistent, steady respect he shows for who you are as an individual, the space he gives you to grow, and the ways he listens and supports you without hesitation. This deep respect forms the foundation of a love that is not only passionate, but also mature, understanding, and long-lasting. This is the love that is built on mutual admiration, the kind that allows both partners to thrive individually and together.